if Tristan Jarry comes back but injured, is that better than a fully healthy Casey DeSmith at this point?
It's extremely hard to tell because you ask about if it's, if they should play through an injury, you have to look at the injury. You've seen guys play through, broken fingers, maybe a sore arm or something. You can play through stuff like that in the sport of hockey, whereas in the sport of hockey, you cannot as easily play through something that involves your legs or your feet because you're standing, especially as a goalie, you're using your feet to get off the posts, to make your strides. It's hard to say if he should play through an injury because it is the postseason, and NHL and hockey players do play through some heinous stuff come April, usually May of this time of year. They are madmen. I'm not, and especially for a young goalie who has a bright future ahead of him, I'm gonna say he probably shouldn't play through. If it's still, I don't even know how to put a percentage on it. I would say he shouldn't, though, for the most part. Once he gets to a certain point, maybe 90, 85%, go for it, see what it feels like.
Yeah.
But because you're a goalie who has a bright future ahead of you, you're playing on your foot. And, I mean, it's just a hard choice. We get it's the playoffs, but you have to have confidence in your guys, too. And I think this team has a little bit of confidence in Casey DeSmith. So when it comes to Jarry playing through his injury, I'm going to say no to an extent.
When I look at this, it comes down to, is 70% of Tristan Jarry better than 100% of Casey DeSmith? That's actually a very close thing because of how good Jarry has been this year. But if you look at Casey DeSmith, since December 6th, he is 11-3-4 with a .924 save percentage and a 2.23 goals allowed average. That can get you a win in series number 1. At the very least, I'm looking for 2 wins from Casey DeSmith. I would think that Tristan Jarry, based on what people have been saying, will probably be back around Game 5, Game 6 of this series. If DeSmith can get the Penguins 2 wins, that could be either 1 at MSG in the first 2 or come back home and get 2 at PPG Paints Arena. And that is perfectly fine. But if Jarry is anything less than, I'll say 85%, because he's still going to be partially injured when he gets back into the game.
Yeah.
But if he's anything less than 85%, don't play him, because Casey DeSmith has done more than enough to deservedly try to get this team through at least 1 round. You're not going to get far they're not going to get past the second round without Jarry, but at the very least, I think DeSmith will be fine for round 1, and I don't think Jarry should be playing injured in lieu of that decision.
No, not at all. The horrifying thought is, let's say Jarry doesn't come back and we lose this game or the series. The horrifying thought then becomes we have a reason to say why we lost. That's not what you want to be. That's not how you want to be looking at the series. You have your out immediately. First game hasn't even started. First game of the entire playoffs hasn't even started. And I'm sitting here thinking we have our out. That's horrifying. I don't like that. I'm getting the playoff tingles, but still, I think you want Jarry to be healthy for his career's sake, for the series' sake. You're right, Kate. You brought out the numbers. Thank you. Casey DeSmith has played very well recently.
Yeah.
Very well. Not great, not standout-ish, not starter caliber, but hopefully enough to stifle an offense like the Rangers. And like I had mentioned before, sometimes when your backup is in net, your defense tightens up a little. Your offense tightens up a little and tries to get a few extra goals for you.